Sugary drinks are often dismissed as harmless indulgences, but for people with high blood pressure, they are far more than just empty calories. They are silent accelerators of cardiovascular risk. On the surface, a can of soda, a sweetened iced tea, or a brightly colored sports drink seems like nothing more than a refreshing pick-me-up, but each gulp delivers a surge of sugar that wreaks havoc inside the body. The immediate effect is a rapid rise in blood glucose, followed by a spike in insulin, which over time leads to weight gain, increased fat storage, and metabolic disruptions that directly worsen hypertension. The sugar itself doesn't just sweeten the drink. It lays the groundwork for a dangerous cycle of inflammation, arterial damage, and elevated blood pressure that can become almost impossible to reverse with regular consumption. What makes sugary drinks particularly insidious is how quickly the body absorbs their sugar. Unlike whole fruits, which contain fiber to slow absorption, these drinks send concentrated doses of glucose and fructose straight into the bloodstream. The pancreas is forced to release large amounts of insulin to bring sugar levels under control, but the repeated stress of this process leads to insulin resistance, obesity, and eventually type 2 diabetes, all of which are closely tied to hypertension. Excess sugar is also converted to fat, much of which accumulates around the abdomen, where it interferes with hormone regulation and pushes blood pressure upward. This abdominal or visceral fat isn't just an appearance issue, it is biologically active, releasing inflammatory compounds that stiffen arteries and damage the delicate lining of blood vessels, creating the perfect conditions for chronic hypertension. Soda and sweetened drinks are also dangerous because of their sheer ease of overconsumption. Unlike solid food, liquids don't create the same feeling of fullness, which means people can drink 200, 300, even 500 calories of sugar without realizing it. A single 20-ounce bottle of soda can contain 15 teaspoons of sugar, more than double the recommended daily limit for added sugars. For someone with high blood pressure, that means not just a burst of sugar, but a metabolic shock that worsens cardiovascular stress. Over time, these liquid calories accumulate, steadily driving weight gain and pushing blood pressure higher and higher without the person noticing until the consequences are severe. Another overlooked issue is that many sugary drinks don't just contain sugar, they are often combined with caffeine and other additives. Caffeine stimulates the nervous system, raising heart rate and causing temporary constriction of blood vessels. When combined with a flood of sugar, the effect is like pouring gasoline on a fire. Blood pressure surges, the heart beats faster, and the vascular system is placed under acute stress. Energy drinks are especially harmful in this regard, delivering huge amounts of sugar and stimulants in a single can. For someone with hypertension, this combination can be catastrophic, increasing the risk of arrhythmias, hypertensive crises, or even sudden cardiac events. Even drinks that masquerade as healthy can be just as harmful. Sweetened fruit juices, sports drinks, and flavored teas often contain nearly as much sugar as soda, but because they carry a health halo, people drink them freely, believing they are making better choices. The reality is that the body cannot distinguish between sugar from soda and sugar from sweetened juice. Both contribute equally to obesity, insulin resistance, and worsening hypertension. This false sense of safety makes these beverages particularly dangerous, as they become part of daily routines and are consumed in large amounts, compounding their harmful effects. The long-term damage of regular sugary drink consumption is severe. They contribute to chronic weight gain, fatty liver disease, increased triglycerides, and worsening arterial stiffness, all of which are key drivers of high blood pressure and cardiovascular disease. People who consume sugary drinks daily are at significantly higher risk of heart attacks and strokes compared to those who avoid them. For someone who already has high blood pressure, adding these drinks into the diet is like repeatedly striking an already fragile system with a hammer. Eventually, the damage is too great to repair. Perhaps the most dangerous aspect of sugary drinks is how normalized they are. They're sold everywhere, from vending machines to coffee shops, and they are marketed as fun, refreshing, and social. This normalization makes it easy to underestimate their harm, even though each serving is quietly undermining cardiovascular stability. For people with hypertension, even occasional consumption is risky, and regular use is a direct path toward worsening disease and life-threatening complications. Sugary drinks are not just harmless refreshers. They are stealthy enablers of weight gain, metabolic dysfunction, and hypertension. Every can, every bottle, every oversized glass adds pressure, literally, to the arteries, heart, and kidneys. For someone with high blood pressure, cutting them out completely is not simply a healthy choice, it is a necessary act of self-preservation. Because in the battle against hypertension, sugary drinks are not allies, not even neutral. They are relentless enemies disguised as treats.